Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Watercolor Wednesday. I'm Leslie Watkins. Today I have a magnificent plant. This is the Apothecary rose, also known as Rosa gallica. It's the original species rose that was used to breed all of the other roses that spread across Europe. This rose is extremely fragrant. It's a medicinal rose, and it is the rose that's used in perfumery. And as I sit here, I can smell the scent is just intoxicating. And this is a little nepeta that I have along with it. So let me give you a close-up view so you can see the full beauty of this. There it is. And what's unique about this rose is that the petals are actually fragrant, and you can use it in potpourri. You can use it to garnish cakes and desserts. You can make essential oils with it. It's just absolutely wonderful. And it was frequently grown in medieval gardens, so it's got quite a history. And I have one of these shrubs in my garden, and I absolutely adore it. And right now it's just covered with blossoms. So that's what we're going to paint today, and I hope you're as excited as I am. So this is part 2 of the Summer in the Garden watercolor workshop. Last month we painted peonies, and the workshop is still open. It features 3 different flowers at 3 different stages in the garden, and a lot of extras, card kits. There's a Zoom. There's a special private Facebook page that you can, or group that you can share your paintings with and ask questions. So if you'd like to learn more about it, please go to my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com, and you can see more there. Also, if you subscribe to Notes from Dandelion Cottage, you will get some special emails very soon about what's coming up, so and lots of other information. So please subscribe to Notes. I'm going to go ahead and continue in my garden journal. And this is a journal that I made for myself. I painted the cover. And inside I have a little pocket for my brushes and a pencil. And I've begun painting the pages. I'm going to have a flip through of the journal very soon. But we've got a ways to go yet before we get there. I want to continue decorating the pages. So here's a nice new page, and I think I'm going to start up in this corner this time. So I want to protect this side of my book. To do that, I'm just going to grab a paper towel, cover that up, and then I'm going to get my palette. Now I'm using just 3 colors, yellow, red, and blue. That's it, keeping it simple. And by the way, the Summer Garden Watercolor Workshop is great for beginners. If you're just getting started and you've always wanted to paint with watercolors and would like to learn more, this is the perfect workshop for you. And it's also excellent for advanced painters because you're going to be able to learn a lot more about composition and design. I'm going to start with a simple sketch. Let me just get my flower arranged. And I'm trying to get everything in here so that you can see as much as possible. There we go. when you're in the workshop, you also get reference photos that you can paint from to follow along with the lessons. So I'm going to try to not do so much talking today and more painting. Oh, before I get started, let me just double check, make sure you can see and hear me. Okay, yes, that's working. And good morning, Kelly. Hi, Ginger. Aren't they beautiful? Ginger says she loves the colors. Yeah, this deep, rich crimson, it's also known as the crimson rose. It's wonderful. And it doesn't have as many thorns. It has some, but not as many. It's a much gentler rose than some of the climbers and the ramblers, which can really give you a good poke if you're not careful. It's another stunningly beautiful day here today. Hey, it's the summer solstice. Summer is officially here, so happy summer, everybody. Do you have a lot of plans this summer? My plan is to try to put time aside for myself so that I can get caught up on things and just enjoy the gardens and friends and all the things that I'm surrounded with here at Dandelion Cottage. It's just gorgeous, and I just want to be able to appreciate it for all of the beautiful things that go on here. Right, and then I've got a little bud. I want to make sure I get this bud. There we go. And a couple of leaves. There we go. So just a few minutes, and I know it's very light. You'll be able to see more in just a minute. So I'm going to start with my larger brush, and this is a red sable, and I have a glue dot stuck to it. So let me get that. These glue dots get everywhere. I'm going to begin by mixing some blue and some yellow together to make a pale green. And I'm just mixing up what's on my palette here. I don't care if it's a little bit muddy, because I'm just going to go very lightly with this and block in my leaves. Now I'm taking pure red here, but I'm keeping it very dilute, so just a very pale tone to start with. Every once in a while the fragrance kind of wafts up, and it's just lovely. This is the kind of rose that you could pluck the petals and put in your bathtub and have a wonderful scented bath, which I may just do later today. I can see a little bit of the center of the flower, and this is another flower that has a profusion of stamens, so lots and lots of activity going on in the center here. When I picked the flowers this morning, there were a lot of pollinators out there, so they're enjoying the roses as well. Alright, so that's my basic design. I think I need a little bit of something over here, so I'm just going to add another leaf going off in this direction. There we go. Now the leaves have a beautiful texture to them. There are a lot of very pretty kind of ruffly places on them. So I want to capture some of that. In the watercolor workshop, there is a lot of information on tools and what you need to get started. It just includes the bare essentials. You don't need a lot, and I go over all of those things in detail. And there's also, if you have nothing, I also have a watercolor kit to help you get started that contains everything you need to begin. So check that out, and please don't be afraid to start. Don't be intimidated. Painting in the garden is one of the very nicest things that you can do. One of the nicest ways that you can spend time, and I can help you have the confidence to get started and feel like you know how to begin. So this is perfect timing. You have the summer ahead of you, and I'd love to have you join us. And we're a group of very friendly, very supportive artists, and I think you'll enjoy the camaraderie within the group as well. Now I'm just adding a little more detail to the leaves. And basically, I'm doing this in 3 easy steps, and that's how I instruct you to begin. So just 3 easy steps, and you will be off and running. And did I mention, I guess I should remind you that the workshop is virtual, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. You can watch at your leisure. We do have live Zooms each month, and they're a lot of fun. And I think those are the best part of the workshop. I think that's where you learn the most. And they're at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually they're on a Friday night. And you can share your pictures, ask questions, see what everybody else is doing, learn from the other painters in the group. It's a lot of fun. So if you have any questions about any of this, just send me a message or an email, whatever you prefer, and I'd be happy to go over it with you. And there will be some surprise add-ons to the classes as we go along. So it's not just the 3 flowers. There's going to be other components as well that I will be surprising you with throughout. So lots of goodies going on. Again, please subscribe to Notes from Dandelion Cottage to make sure that you're on the list to be notified of all of the upcoming classes and workshops and any special events that may be going on. There's a couple of things going on right now that you don't want to miss that you can see on my Facebook page and on my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com. Alright, I want to get back into the center of these flowers and just sort of suggest that texture in the stamen. And I'm going to give you a close-up in just a minute. I think I need to switch to my smaller brush. A little bit over here. Okay, I'm going to bring you in so you can see a little better. This red has the red of the roses has a lot of blue tones in it. It's a very gorgeous, cool crimson. And these flowers are very fresh, so the color is super vibrant. In the much longer video tutorial, I go into a lot more detail about form, values, temperature, composition, all of the things that help you to create a convincing painting. You'll also be able to see my palette better as I mix colors. And you can, because it's a instructional video, you can start and stop it whenever you like. So if you're painting along with me, you can pause and get caught up and then come back as you wish. right where it's coming along. I'm going to pause for a minute, see if there's any questions. And I don't see any questions. I think everybody's probably out and about on this beautiful day doing their things. We have some rain in the forecast, so I'm going to go out. I'm going to pick a lot of peonies this afternoon while it's still sunny and bring them in for bouquets. And I'm hoping to get some more photos of the garden. Everything is just exploding with flowers and color. It's just quite the spectacle. So I want to make sure that you can all get a sense of how beautiful it is. And hopefully you'll be inspired to get out and paint in your gardens, or if you don't have a garden, maybe you have a botanical garden nearby. Botanical gardens are fantastic places to paint. You can just bring your sketchbook and your little paint kit, find a bench to sit on, and have a wonderful time. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the comments. And in a couple of minutes, I'll take another quick look. If you're new here, let me know where you're watching from, and if you're interested in joining the watercolor group, let me see your name so I can recognize you. And in just a few more minutes, I'm going to be finished with this. A sable brush with a nice point will allow you to do so much. So I recommend that you start with as large a brush as you can. So this one is a little brush for doing these details, but if you could get a size 7, that would be ideal to begin with. And I'm going to add a couple of shadow areas. There we go. And get back to my petals. Put a little more detail in here. get this little bud. Okay, well, I think that's enough for a quick study. I've really enjoyed painting these roses. They're absolutely stunning. And even if you can't get this particular species of rose, you could certainly go to your florist and pick up a rose or two and have a lot of fun painting it. And I hope you do. And I'd love to see what you do. If you would like to share your work in the Dandelion Paper Pal group, I'd love to have you. All you have to do is go to the page and the group and let me know that you're interested in joining. If you make a comment below, I will recognize your name and you will be allowed in right away. So that is my picture for today. I'm going to put one last stroke in here, get this a little bit richer. And I'm done. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live for Paper Crafting Saturday, and I'm going to be showing you how to make something really special that you will find very useful in your watercolor kit. So stay tuned for that. Stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I will see you next time.